Okay, so Bite the Apple. I'm going to tell you a little story. So Bite the Apple appeared several years ago, and it's been growing. And now she's ready to share with you. So Bite the Apple, where do I begin? It abruptly appeared several years ago. I treated myself to a weekend retreat. And this weekend retreat was learning all about sacred sexuality. It was the teachings of and learning of and exploring it. And as we progressed through the weekend, I could feel this charge building within me. And I didn't really know what it was. You know that feeling you get when you have an emotion, you have something happening, but you can't quite pinpoint what it was. So I had this real charge coming up. And just sitting there and just listening. And of course, whenever you go to any kind of retreat, it brings things up. And of course, the nature of sacred sexuality brings up a lot. So keep breathing if you're listening. Just check in with your body, maybe come back to this later, but just really take some care and nourishment for yourself. But because this is a really big topic. Bite the Apple is a big topic. It's charged. So, and I was on this weekend. So sat there, I had this big feelings, having to keep moving, breathe, okay, feel everything that was moving through. And everything that was appearing was a realization or a remembering of everything that we had forgotten, of everything that we have been told is true that isn't true. From everything that we're taught, in schools when you're young, to how we should dress. And this is women predominantly, but this applies to men as well. So this is how we should dress, how we should behave, how we should speak, how we should feel, our desires, our roles in intimacy. Are we allowed intimacy? Masculine, feminine. It was really bringing up a lot of charge of what is truth, what is not truth, what's been told to us, what has been sold to us, what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad. And it spiraled round. It was whirling in my body, and it brought me to the Adam and Eve story of the tree of knowledge and the forbidden fruit. And this fruit that we were told was not to be eaten, that Eve took a bite of, who then said, hey, it's okay, Adam, have a bite of the tree of knowledge. And he did. And then, the whirlwind of what happened next really was the fall of man, with woman at the root of the cause. And this just did not feel true in my bones. And the idea that it was this bite of this apple, this fruit, was a metaphor of actually what it is that holds power within women, within the feminine, within everybody. The feminine resides within us all. It runs through everything. So this isn't just women being affected by this. This is everybody. So Bite the Apple is a real reclaiming, remembering of centering self, of really knowing yourself and healing and facing yourself within love, within joy, within pleasure. All the things that may have been pushed down, suppressed as not important, putting yourself at the center of that. Whew, wow, what can be built from that, It's huge. Bite the apple is a deep remembering of this divine feminine consciousness within. Because when that fruit was eaten, the metaphor of that, and woman, the feminine, was placed within the center of that sin. And I need to spend another video talking about sin and the root of that as well. But when woman was placed there, what happened was the divine feminine was squashed down, held down, as in being bad, shameful, disgusting, rude, hideous, dangerous. And I'm not sure about the truth in all of that. Not of the healthy feminine. So Bite the Apple is a real reclaiming and remembering of the divine feminine within everything, everyone, all beings, but starting with the self, with the center. So this is a container of love, of healing, of deep facing, of de-armoring the heart, the body, the soul. And we begin in September when the orchards are full, when the apples are at their fullest on those trees. We are going to begin then. And we're going to gather over 8 gatherings through the wheel of the year. This is a small, intimate group. This is brave work. So those of you who have already stepped forward, I see you and I thank you for being brave and stepping forward, because we need to be facing this and healing this and having the most exquisite, joyous time bringing back this feminine, healed versions, not even versions, the healed truth of ourselves, the healed aspect of the divine feminine. So we begin then. Full details are on my website, janemary.co.uk. I would love to speak to those of you who are feeling the pull, who can feel it in their bones and their body that yes, this is for me. Feeling it in your pelvis, feeling it in your heart, in your throat. So I would love to speak to you. Be in touch and just have a call, free discovery call. We'll have a chat sometime or give me a message. Or if you know that this is for you, you can book on my website. So yeah, Bite the Apple, we begin September. Let's do this.